Space Station Podcast, and we're here with the returning guest, my lovely brother here, Calvin Winder, the third.
You feel me? It's an honor to be here.
How you feeling, bro?
Feeling very blessed, very happy.
I'm
privileged to be here today.
This episode was supposed to happen early in the week, but you know, the little snow squall and all that bullshit. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, when it snows, I'm not coming outside, bro. Like we could have done it that night, but you know, I was like, shit, man, it's snowing, man. I'm in the crib with it.
It's understandable, but you gotta be safe. Better safe than sorry. So.
Hell yeah, but we here today, and that's all that matters. Well, what you been up to lately, man? How you feeling?
I mean, I've been feeling great. Everything is great. I can't complain. I'm just working. The same with me. Just working, keeping busy, taking care of what's important, and just growing and growing and growing.
Or you doing anything for the holidays? You get a girl something nice, get your mother something nice.
You know, I definitely gotta take care of my people. Even though I'm not very like Christmassy spirit kind of person. I'm not too into, but I definitely, love to give people gifts. I like that aspect of it, the gift giving aspect. You feel me? I love to give to my people, so I'll probably, give everybody a little something. That's about it though.
Where I don't really celebrate the holidays or none of that either. Yeah. But Yeah. I bought myself a fucking mattress this morning. I was like about to get a little gift for myself, so that's pretty much it.
Investing in your health.
Hell yeah, man.
Good sleep. Man, you'd be surprised. I tell people every day, you need sleep. Sleep is essential, and I'm glad you got a mattress, bro, because that's essential. You need sleep. You need rest.
Hell yeah, I got one of the fucking memory foam joints. Know what I mean? Got
Tempur-Pedic?
It's not Tempur-Pedic, but it's some shit.
I got one of those, so bro. Your sleep gonna be immaculate.
Word.
You're gonna be waking up feeling rejuvenated. I feel like I'm a mattress promoter right now, but truthfully though, you're gonna really notice a difference, even in your sleep pattern. Truthfully. Cause
I ain't gonna be out. I've been sleeping on a little ass twin mattress, man. I was like, nah, it's time to upgrade. Got me a little queen size joint.
It's time to level up.
Yeah, know what I mean?
It's all about the level up.
I need some all around space when I bring the joints through. I need something. I need room. You know what I mean? I gotta do my thing. So I had to get the queen. But you already know, bro. Other than that, so as far as work, like what work you been putting in?
Like I feel like work, of course, like my natural, my normal jobs, meaning like my 9 to 5s. No, it's not 9 to 5, but we categorize like 9 to 5s, like just working at the nursing home, working with the youth at the shelter.
Yeah, yes.
Like my manual labor jobs, my my jobs that I do to make a living. So I've been working a lot in regards to that. But then, of course, my involvement, my spirituality, my faith-based practice, I'm very, very, very involved and devoted to that as well. So, like, I'm all over the place. Like, I wear a lot of hats and wear a lot of different titles in different places. So, like, I'm constantly on the go. Like, I haven't had when there's times when I actually do have a day off, I don't even know what to do with myself because I'm so not used to having off.
You're just so used to
just on the go, just operating and just moving, because I feel like I got the good health now. I'm young now. Take advantage of it now. You feel me? He said if you be faithful over a few, he'll make you a ruler over many. So, like, that's my mentality. I'm trying to, like, if I could show forth my faithfulness to the little that I have, then when greater comes, I'll be able to handle greater.
Well, I don't read too much of the book, but I definitely respect it. I think last time you were here, you wasn't really, well, you was working at the shelter.
Yeah.
But now it seems like you've really been touching the youth, Paul. It's like you really been actually speaking to these young dudes and all that.
For sure. I mean, absolutely. I mean, as I've increased and as I have grown, like my platform has gotten greater. Like I've been held more responsible over more. So when it comes to the youth, and I feel like today, like it's dire, like because I feel like they're at risk and nobody's really out there really mending or building that bridge, that relationship gap with them. So I feel like it's one of my essentials, and I am a youth advocate. So I advocate on the behalf of our youth. And it doesn't even have to be a youth in a clinical environment. It doesn't even have to be a youth in a structural environment. Like, it don't have to be in these structural environments where I advocate. It could be just on the street. I'm playing ball and see a youngin there that may be going through something. I could just pick up on it, and I just spit them game, give them knowledge, give them an ear. Because so many times we so big on preaching to these kids and beating these kids over the head with what they should do. We're not even taking the time out to hear what they're actually going through. So
and a lot of these niggas that's telling what these young niggas to do, they never did themselves.
Yeah, that's the sad part.
I was going to ask, like, what are some things you've been seeing, like, every day as you going through, like, what are these kids going through? Like, you got bring some awareness to what's going on.
We definitely dealing in the Lehigh Valley. Most importantly, we're dealing with a lot of homeless youth. Believe it or not,
Homeless youth.
there's a large population of homeless youth in the Lehigh Valley that is being neglected and being overlooked because, oh man, I'm about to get real political in this place, but I'm really not. But let's just put it like this: our governmental institutions that uphold that department aren't holding up their bargain. They're not holding up their bargain of the deal. They're not out here providing proper shelter and homes and environments for these kids. Like, a lot of these kids are lost in the system. A lot of these kids are lost in foster care and all types of different cares, but they're being neglected.
See, like, when you bring that up, that reminds me of Charles a little bit, because he was so used to being in and out, juvie and all that. When he came home, he ain't really never had no home. He was at my crib, or he was staying like wherever he could sometimes.
Yeah, it's like a survival mechanism. You just begin to, you grasp to what you know. It's like they go into survival mode, and I feel like right now with the weather being so treacherous and it being so cold out, like anybody you know that's having parent-child, that's the root of a lot of it. Parent-child conflicts. A lot of kids not seeing eye to eye with their parents, and their parents ain't seeing eye to eye with the kids. So there's a lot of kids that aren't homeless because they don't. It's not because they don't have it, but because of the disconnect at home.
They don't want to be there.
They're exploited to homelessness, and they're couch hopping or bench hopping or going from house to house. They don't really have nowhere to go. So I say in a season like this, if you have a friend out there that's going through it at home, and if you have the resources or you have the terms to, definitely open your home to them, because it's a lot of stuff going on. We got a lot of sex trafficking. That's a real thing now.
That shit.
That's a real thing.
I know you seen that Carol girl. That was ridiculous. Shame on Carol Sanchez.
And the thing about situations like those is, like, it tarnishes any other's credibility of reporting that.
Exactly. So now when somebody's actually being kidnapped, we're gonna make jokes of it. Well, some people are.
Yeah, it's like with the boy that cried wolf. He kept on crying to the village. The wolf was coming and they didn't come, and then ultimately they stopped listening to what he had to say, and then boom, the wolf came. Mm-hmm. So definitely that
shit was ridiculous.
Definitely have to be more conscious and be aware. Sometimes we gotta take out the times out of our day and stop being so selfish and so self-centered on what we got going on, and actually take a look around in our environment and see what's really going on around us. Yeah, because we miss a lot of signs. There's a lot of warning signs that come our way that we ignore because we're so caught up in our own personal lives.
Yeah, apparently, like, her mom, she wanted to move them back to Honduras, so maybe her mother saw some things, like, she just didn't want her around, but her being 16...
Yeah, being
naive, wanting to be rebellious,
staged
a kidnap, knowing this is an epidemic going on right now. Yeah. And then you 16 days as a 23-year-old, and on top of that, how you let niggas put hands on your mother that way? I ain't watched the whole video. I just seen, like, when they ran up. Like, I don't really like watching shit like that.
Ties to that situation?
Yeah.
See, I'll be honest, I didn't know.
Had the whole pushed her mother. I don't know if they really hit her. I heard, like, she might have got hit. But this, how do you allow that? Like, when he got in the video, just like, oh, like, damn, who the fuck? Why y'all hit my mom like that?
That's crazy.
Why y'all wild out so crazy? Like, if you really ain't want to go to Honduras, like, I think you could have came up
about it different ways.
Yeah, you could have went about a whole different way. You used a epidemic that real women,
a real life crisis,
are being affected by.
Yeah. There's a lot of that's going on. So that's another thing to be aware. I would say right now, homelessness and sex trafficking with our youth population. That's the population I advocate for. That's what I deal with, so I can speak upon that. Yeah. Those are the risks and concerns, the high risks and concerns. Women, young girls, and not even just young girls, boys too. Young boys being trafficked too. So we gotta, just because you're a boy, you 14, your nephew, your cousin, your little brother 14, 12, 13, don't just be having him out here roaming the streets like it's that.
Exactly, because it's sex trafficking, organ harvesting, it's all types of different crazy shit going on that's not really
Absolutely.
being handled correctly, I feel like. But yeah, man, bad joke on you, Carol. Fuck out of here. I know the whole New York is looking at you like what the fuck is going on. I know I am. But, and now you've been working on the success of 40 Days, 40 Nights today. It's hit over 1,000 views now. How you feeling about that?
I mean, I'm grateful.
Very grateful.
I'm very grateful.
I'm thankful for you letting me be a part of that.
I'm just grateful because it exceeded my expectation. My whole expectation was if I get 500 views, I'm content. Like that was like a goal, but that it exceeded that. But not just that, not just the number aspect of it, just the interactions from people, like the responses from it. I was like, we're really touching people out here. So kudos to that.
And then you got a fucking, what is Cow's Code on the way?
Yeah, Cow's Code. That's the next installment. That's my next project. What's so unique about this project is, I want to say when it comes to myself, I don't want to say I'll be in denial, but sometimes like I have a hard time seeing who I am because a lot of people see who I am, but I don't really reflect on myself like that. Like I don't look at myself how others view me. So like I'm an inspiration to a lot of people from what I've been told. So it's like, okay, 40 Days and 40 Nights wasn't really to be inspirational. That was just telling my truths. Mm-hmm. Now with Cow's Code, it's going to be more tapping into that inspiration, the motivation, the principles and core values I stand on. Cow's Code is like my code and ethics, loyalty, work ethic, discipline, just common humanistic traits that we idolize, but not just idolize, but actually live in them. Like I operate in those and give you a little taste of what helps me accelerate forward and, deal with everyday adversity, because none of us are exempt from everyday adversity. We all go through stuff, but it's not about what happens to us. It's about how we act. Wow, what's going on with us. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, who you working on that video? Who's doing the video work?
I mean, of course, you already know that. That's a no-brainer. That's Miguel.
Miguel?
That's just my go-to, honestly. Like I said, I think I said this on your platform before. Like, we got a connection. That's my brother. I'm betting the house on. I don't gamble, but I'm betting the house on him. Like he has an eye for what I see, and he brings it to pass. So I'm grateful for the relationship me and him have. So it's definitely gonna be shot by him. Yeah,
what's been up with him lately? I ain't seen him in a little while.
To be completely honest with you, I know as much as you know.
Oh, word, damn.
I know as much as you know. Because sometimes, bro, not that we purposely do things, but like. Real life is going on.
Everybody has their own life.
Yeah, everyday life is continuously going on, and we just adapt every day, and we try to connect as much as we can. With me and you, I think we pick off every time where we left off at. We don't communicate or communicate.
Be like, oh damn, like bro, like I ain't see you. All right, what you been up to? Like, nah.
We just pick up where we left off on, and we keep it pushing. You feel me? That's just we young adults, and we all out here trying to establish ourselves. So I don't expect nobody to be up under me or checking on me 24/7. I mean, of course, a tap in here and there. Definitely appreciate it because, sometimes it feels good to be known that people thinking about you. Mm-hmm. But ultimately and overall, we got to understand that we all growing individuals going through life and we're learning life every day. So that's just my goal.
Yeah, it's a fact. I've been trying to do my own thing. I'm definitely trying to get this Space Network media shit popping. So when Cow's Code come out, man, I want to put it on the channel. I mean,
definitely
one of the avenues. I mean, bring my audience, see what y'all got going on over there.
That's not a problem.
Or definitely want to get that working.
Definitely.
From what I remember, Cow's Code was originally it was supposed to be a little mixtape.
No, definitely. Just like 40 Days and 40 Nights was supposed to be a mixtape.
Oh yeah, that was too.
Bro, I'm telling you, like a lot of my projects originally were based off of ideals I had from the past. But the thing about it, I would say for myself, I was just going about it in the wrong way. I thought it was that way, but now life is showing me that I could still use that idea, but it's not going to be used how I
transform it.
Yeah, and like, just because I ain't rapping on the mic don't mean I don't have the same impact speaking on the mic, or just speaking my truths. And even then, like, even with like my little music phase, like, I always knew authenticity sell. Like, I'm not one of these people, and it's going to avenue into our next subject matter. Like, I'm not into saturated. I'm not into what the people like, what the masses like. I'm not a people pleaser. I'm here to tell you my truths, and whether you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. That's it.
Word. So, like, a lot of people, like, they see that you made this transition in your life. You was in the streets. You was fucking with us, doing whatever we was doing at that time. We not into the bullshit now. We grown. And then you become Christian. I seen that post you put today. Was that like a year today thing?
Yeah, today actually makes my 4th year being in the walk, that I'm walking in this walk. And
it's gonna segue into the next time.
Yeah, for sure. No, definitely. So no, it's just, today is just a great day for me, because this is the day of my rebirth, I would say, for myself. Like, if it wasn't for December 20th, 2015, there would be no Calvin that's speaking on this microphone right now. I wouldn't be articulating myself in this manner. I would not be conducting myself in this manner. There would be none of this, because I was on a whole different mind frame. Like, my mindset was different. My attitude, my demeanor, my posture, like everything about me was different. And I think that's what just blows the minds of others, to actually legitimately see somebody legitly transition from one to another.
Yeah, I don't want to just throw you in that bucket though. I think we got you doing something. We might have been doing this, but in a different way. You know what I mean? But I feel like I'm glad you're on the path for almost definitely. But I don't want to just say that like you would have been just. No, but you just would have been another nigga.
But the only reason why I say that though, bro, is honestly because think about this. Put this in the context just real fast. Yeah. I don't want to go too far away, but I just want to bring this thought here. These last 4 years were very vital 4 years for me. I'll never forget what Judge Ford told me at my sentencing hearing. He told me just like this. He said, young man, like, I don't gamble, I don't bet, I don't partake in anything like that, but I can bet the whole house that if you step foot in any Lehigh County courthouse courtroom, you will do the bare minimum of 5 years in state prison. So why I be so praising, happy, and thanking God, so happy, and be so like go lucky with it, is because I know what I was up against. I know the odds I was up against. I know the battles. I know those traffic stops. People don't know, like, I could go so deep. There's some things I still have not yet shared because I just feel like it's not the time for it yet. But I'll give a little right now. I'll never forget when I was going to church, bro. I was still in the street. I was straddling the fence. I was playing both sides. I was playing both sides. I was going to church. I was still getting high. I was still in the mix. A lot of our friends and bros and stuff, not just putting it on them, but they had beef. They had ops, bro. So I was still clutching on my pipe. I was still holding on to the strap. I was still concerned for my life because I didn't know what would go down at any given moment. But not only was that, I had issues with the law at the time. I'm getting pulled over by not just Allentown Police Department. I'm getting pulled over by Caddy Police Department. I'm getting pulled over by state troopers. I'm in here like, the fear of going to jail is very evident because I'm having law
or how
I'm having police contact. I'm legitimately having police contact. And the thing about it, people fail to realize, like, once you're a felon and you in the system, bro, the minute them people run your name and they see what you about, the whole energy shifts. It could have been a simple traffic violation will turn into a full-fledged search. Bro, you know how many times my rights probably were violated because they were like, oh, where the guns at? I'll never forget, I had a family around that time. I'm talking about, I'm still kind of going to church, but I'm still in the street. I went to a baby shower, and you know, Hispanics we not just Hispanic people, but like I went to a Hispanic baby shower. They had put the decorations in a mason jar. Okay. So when I got pulled over, they popped open the trunk and they're like, "Oh, what's these mason jars? Where's the weed at? Where the dope? You know?"
It's fucking.
So you know, like, bro, I'm having real life experiences like this, and I'm not going front, bro. There was times where I did the dash like high speed because I knew what I had on me, so I wasn't stopping because I knew in the back of my head, if I get caught with this, I'm cooked. Yeah. So that's why. I don't blame you, bro. That's why I be so like. Praise, happy, and thankful, and rejoice, and say, if it wasn't for this, where would I be? Because that jail cell was knocking on my door, like,
yeah, it was waiting on you to get cozy in that motherfucker.
You know, and how many people do we know, and like, how many people does the audience know have fell victim to the police system? The state of Pennsylvania got the highest incarceration rate, got the most max capacity prisons. People do maxing out doing bids in the county when they should be sent up top, but it's so overpopulated they can't even send them upstate. This real life facts. PA's state. How many people on parole? You can name 5 people you know on probation right now. If they're not on probation, they on parole.
Honestly, I can't.
Really?
Yeah, These days I can't.
I'm just being honest because there's so many people in PA that are on parole, that are on probation. It's so crazy.
Free my man Zeta Cannon. He was on the last episode we just did. He was going through some legal trouble. He's doing his little time now. Free him. That's pretty much.
But
a couple other people, but yeah.
I just want to know.
So that leads to the point I was going to make. So people see that you made this transition in your life.
Mm-hmm.
They might think, hey man, this nigga, he probably wasn't real gangster. Or they might be like, oh, he not really about God or any of this shit.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is like the thing with Shaggy and Blueface.
Yeah.
Apparently now comedians, they can't be rappers, or rappers can't be comedians. It's like, I feel kind of what Blueface was saying, because it's like,
once people know you for something, that's what they label you.
Yeah, they label you as that. That's what happened with what's this dude from Philly, the young bull? Forgot.
Fresh.
Yeah, Fresh.
Yeah.
Happened with Fresh. I said this thing about Fat Boy is like, honestly, like, I fuck with Fat Boy. Don't get me wrong. Like, if nigga ever hear this, probably not. You're known for doing comedy.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? So like, you're a funny nigga. So we see you as just being a funny dude. So when you start talking this gangsta street shit and rapping. It's just like a whole 360. It's like, wow, like, but at the same time, to Shiggy's defense, it's like, or to any of them dudes' defense, it's like, you don't know what they going through. I know Fat Boy, he was a real nigga in Irvington, like, know what I mean? Shiggy, you don't know what he was going through. So like, I felt like what Blueface did was corny.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, I feel like you can't put nobody in a box. And that was one of my biggest things as an individual. Like, I'm not no one-trick pony. You're not just going to know me for one thing. I'm versatile. I got many different gifts and talents. And just because you know me for one thing don't mean that's who I am. You know, just because that was an avenue for me it worked, or people, you know, that's what I was received by or associated with, that don't define my character. So if I want to just say one day, for example, like, bro, right now with you, I could kick it with you on some cool tip. We could talk about everything that's going on in the urban community. But does that discredit me that when I go into a professional atmosphere, that I'm not knowledgeable on what's going on in that professional atmosphere? So like, diversity, I'm all about diversity. I'm all about diversity. And if you got multiple talents, who's to say you can only shine it in one light? That's some real hater tip, though.
Yeah.
They go front. I
felt like Blueface was being a hater.
That sounds like real hater.
I don't agree with him.
It's like you, bro. Like, and I'm not saying this no slack or shade or nothing, but that's like you doing a podcast and you decide you want to do art. No, Lamar, you gotta do podcasts.
Yeah, like, no, nigga, I'm gonna do.
Who says you can't paint?
Basquiat, nigga, I'm gonna be Basquiat.
So like, yeah, now we not entertaining them.
Yeah, I felt like that was very corny, and I did fuck with Blueface at one point, but his shit recently, he came out Lil Duval too.
It's that popularity, bro. You know, clout sells in that industry. So like, anything to give you a headline in that realm of showbiz, bro, is like free promotion.
But, yeah, it was like his demeanor though. Like I thought it was a skit, but he was dead ass telling me.
Bro, you know, when you become rich, you become arrogant. And though you say you humble, your actions show forth what you really is. And I feel like he made hits. Not in my eyes, but to the world's eyes. You know, the world love him, so he wouldn't be where he's at if the world didn't love him or they ain't buy into what he got going on. But ultimately, what makes him so credible? To dictate what I do and don't do.
Same thing with his fucking weird ass manager, Rocco and Hunter. That's why I heard he got the beats put on him. Not that I condone black on black violence, but you talking about niggas not legends. Like, nigga, what have you done to be a legend? Yeah. Like, well, who classified you?
I seen that had a lot of people in uproar. I definitely seen
that. Cause he denying like he ain't not much happened, but at least somebody like you needed a little reality check. That's what I should say. I should choose the word better.
He reaped what he sowed though. That's what a lot of things too. A lot of them entertainers though, bro, they fail to realize like they be saying stuff, but like they be forgetting that like nobody's invincible. Anybody can get touched, and you got to stand on what you're saying. Like if you out here talking like it's anything. If you out here talking something, bro, you better 10 toes about it. And that's one thing. Like you talking about me, not trying to put it back on me, but like with the streets and the church is like when I was in the street, I never professed to be the most gangsters. I never professed to be the most savage. I never professed to be the biggest gunslinger. I just held down what I had to hold down. Yeah. And that's my same approach with the church. Like, okay, I'm here now. I arrived, and this is who I say I am, so I gotta be about it. So I don't really care what people really think about me, though. Yeah. We left that alone. I left that alone. I believe you did as well, but I feel like I left that alone back in Deer High School back in 2010. In 2010, man, I stopped worried about what people thought about me a long time ago. Like, my name been put in mud. My name been spoken down upon. Even with me walking in such a positive figure to many, people still downplay me. So it is what it is. You can't please everybody.
You think Tekashi cares about what people think about him?
Nah.
You don't think he cares? I think he cares a little bit. Especially after getting sensitive to 2 years.
I mean, I believe he's sensitive to it, but at the same time, I don't think he really cares because he's about himself.
True.
And the acts he just committed show that he cares about himself.
Yeah, but that's the thing about being 10 toes down. It's like, what are you going to rap about now? You got to do this.
He didn't stand on what he's speaking about.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's like.
But that's the consequences he got to face. That's become his reality. But the thing about it, though, is we live in such a world that don't care that I believe he could live in Europe and still make music. And be cool.
Do you think like this supposed $10 million deal he's going to get, do you think this is going to come to fruition? Like he's going to come out with bangers and hits. He's going to be received positively.
Bro, the world loved him then, and the world going to love him still.
I'm
not saying the hip hop culture, like I'm not saying he's gonna be able to go on one of the bigger platforms that represent hip hop. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, because I know Charlamagne banned him from the Breakfast Club.
I'm not saying that, but you best believe that there's some billionaire out there that's starting his own record label that has nothing to do with nothing. That's just trying to get his feet wet. That will invest that in that young man. There's a lot of opportunities and sharks in this world, bro. And when money is involved, bro, people sell their soul, their integrity, and he could make you money. Because I'm telling you, bro, they still listen to his music. I've never been to the club. I haven't been in the club. I don't even.
When's the last time you've been in the club?
I've never been to a club, actually.
Well, when's the last time you've been to like some shindig where it's like he's getting crunk and everything?
I mean, when I go visit my Hispanic side, when they be having parties, stuff like that. But like me, like, yo, I'm popping out tonight. I'm going to the spot. Like, I was probably like 18, so that was probably like 5 years ago.
5 years ago?
But what I'm saying though is, because just because I'm not in those atmospheres don't mean I don't hear about it. Because I have a lot of people around me that get into stuff like that. So it's like, I still hear about what goes on out here. So like, what I'm saying is, I hear that his music still plays in places that people would thought it would be forbidden. So I'm just saying, not that I'm a fan of the young man. I don't really stand on what he did. But nonetheless, I'm just saying, I believe it or not, he's still going to have a career.
I ain't gonna lie. Only Puerto Rican niggas listen to Tekashi. I'm sorry. No, I love my Puerto Rican people. They my people too. I don't really hear nobody else listen to that nigga.
I'm just being real. I just feel like people still gonna listen to him. I'm just being honest.
No, I'm not downing it neither. It's just like, I don't know what the content of your music is going to be now, because niggas know you snitch. Now you're doing the time for it. It's a measly 2 years, but it's just so I don't know. I just hope. Like, I don't wish no death or I don't wish no jail time on nobody.
Ill will.
Know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. I don't wish no ill will. I just hope he could find some way to sustain his life now.
For sure.
After he's done with his sentence. that shit's ridiculous. Another motherfucker, that same day, Trump, you've been paying attention to the Trump impeachment at all? Impeachment?
I mean, I heard about it. I haven't got big on. I like, to be honest. Now that's one thing I can tell you wholeheartedly that I really stay away from. I stay away from politics.
Yeah, I don't really get into it too much either. But it just like you.
But no, that's national news. That's major news. There's no way that you live in the United States of America and not hear
and not talk about it.
I got a notification from like Apple saying Trump was impeached. So like, that's viral news. That's everywhere. So
what people don't understand. Impeachment is, yes, House of Representatives successfully voted to impeach him. It was like
process.
237 to 197, I believe the vote was. But the Senate still has to make a vote in January, and the Senate is majorly consists of Republicans. So it's going to be tough
for them to come back.
Yeah,
and get him all the way out of there.
Know what I mean? So it's looking like he might stay. But impeachment does not mean you're immediately not president anymore. Even still with impeachment, Mike Pence.
Yeah, will step up.
Yeah, it's just like a double-ended sword.
Yeah. I know
with poison.
A lot of people, because, you know, when it comes to politics, I hear a lot of people's opinion on that because a lot of the atmospheres I be in, a lot of people have real strong political perspectives.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when you're working with the community, you're working with people or humanity, people's views and political beliefs and all that comes into play. Like you gotta take the time out to consider those things. But I know that the man, from my personal perspective, he got everything coming his way. I mean, if he was a just upright,
karmically,
if he was a just upright man, he wouldn't be facing the troubles he's facing right now.
Exactly.
That's just my opinion on it.
Yeah, like I'm like. I can't even say I'm hoping he does. We just got to see what happens because, like I said, Mike Pence, it's not going to be any better. It's not like there's going. Well, 2020 election is coming up.
Yeah, so, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They get out of office anyway.
Yeah,
so
we might have some good luck. But Pence, who knows what he could do in a little time? You know what I mean? He might be worse. He could be better.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows? I'm not really a politician.
Yeah, I don't get into politics, man.
Shit, you been watching any basketball lately?
Yeah, I've been in tune for the most part, especially this year more than last year. I've been watching the league. I mean, you know whose story though? I'm gonna be honest. I've been hooked on. I've been on Carmelo's story. I'm glad to see his
great
redemption.
comeback. I'm glad Carmelo.
I'm glad to see him on the floor.
Got that guaranteed deal.
I'm glad to see him balling out there. That means a lot to me because I feel like he's one of the big front runners for our generation of basketball players. And him being out there and still performing on a pretty good level. Like, it's not like he's not out there scrubbing it. You know, sometimes he lack with defensively, but his offense...
He can still get his 20 points a game.
He's still doing it.
I mean, he's a couple of 8 rebounds.
And one of the last games, I forgot who they just played. He showed out defensively, so he still got game in him, and I'm happy to see that. You know, I definitely watched the first half of the Lakers and Milwaukee Bucks game last night. I was definitely rooting for the Lakers. You know, I was definitely rooting for Bron. You know, since a child, since he came into the league, I've been a diehard Bron fan.
Yeah, I know it was like 111, 104 in Milwaukee's favor, though, right?
Yeah,
something like that.
So I mean, you know, they pulled the W on their home floor as they should. But the game of basketball, it just contributed to me a lot. Like I find myself falling in love with it because honestly, that was my first love, basketball.
I ain't gonna lie.
Was my first love.
Like, even though, I ain't gonna lie, since Disney Plus came out, I ain't watched a lick of basketball. But I've been wanting to just get on the court again and just play a little bit.
Yeah, it's one of them games that, like, I don't know, the game of basketball did a lot for me at a young age. Like, it kind of molded me in a way, too, to the young man I am today. So that's why I just love the game of basketball. Even though sometimes I fall away from it, you know, because real life situations occur, but I think, honestly, you know, it's funny that we're talking about basketball. I think I'm going to use the basketball scene in the Cal's Code.
Yeah, we need
I think I'm taking it back. Scene. I think I'm taking it back to my core, what I really love. And the game of basketball definitely, playing AAU basketball, traveling, exposed me to traveling, exposed me to my leadership role because I was a leader back then. It just, you know, the game of basketball kind of unfolded it before my eyes. So the game of basketball, I definitely got a love for. It definitely holds a special place in my heart.
Word. Shit, son. Other than that, what's your plans for 2020? What's the foreseeable future looking like? New decade, clear vision. You know them bars is gonna come out. 2020, clear vision.
2020, man.
It's a new year, new sight.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's only up. I mean, it's been up, but it's going up. For me, 2020 that I can share right now that I know I could tell you this for sure because I know that's what's going to go on. Like, I know I'm going back to school, definitely making a return to the classroom.
Psychology, you said earlier.
Yes, sir. I'm going back to school for psychology. You feel me? And Dr. Calvin in the near future. I'm speaking it here in existence here on the podcast with my brother Lamar Spacely.
I'm supporting it, man.
You
Cal,
know,
Dr. Cal.
Dr. Cal, you feel me? I'm gonna bring that to pass. But no,
Ladies,
definitely
come get your prescription. Come get your diagnosis. You know what I'm saying?
You know, but yeah, I know that for sure. I'm definitely going to school. Definitely gonna continue to work with the youth outreach. Definitely continue my faith-based practice. Continue to preach the gospel. Continue to go wherever the Spirit of God lead me. Just support my family. Be there for my family. Be the head of my family and my people. Because I'm really realizing, bro, like as we're transitioning into this new year, I'm realizing that my leadership, bro.
You can make an impact, bro. You
like
do make impact.
It's like it's getting realer, like it's getting bigger. So now it's just leading my people, whoever it is that's gonna be with me, and even those that ain't physically with me, but like that are paying attention to me. Try my best to just lead them right, because that's the thing about me too. Don't ever be intimidated to reach out to me. I get DMs at the most, I wouldn't say strangest hour because they'll be strange to others, but strange hours. People just seeking guidance or assistance or just my opinion or viewpoint on certain situations or things that go on in life. And like, I don't know, just to this audience right here, if you feel the need that you need somebody to speak to that's honest and trustworthy, that's not going to leave and go, your auntie going to hear about it, your brother, your friend going to hear about it, your neighbor going to hear about it. That's one thing I can say. People truly confide in me. And I thank God for that, because don't nobody want to divulge to somebody they can't trust. So.
Exactly. So, and I can vouch for him. He's a very trustworthy man.
So I mean, I've been very fortunate with a voice of reason. So I'm gonna use that virtue.
And as for me, you know what I mean, I'm getting new equipment. I'm trying to make upgrades to the brand. I definitely want to reach out to my female audience a little more. I want to expand on that, not only on the Instagram, but on the podcast and Space Invader TV as well. That's why I'm trying to get my first guest of 2022 be a female entrepreneur / artist. So beautiful. We're going to see what happens.
I think that would be beautiful. I think you should do that. You know why? Because people fail to realize that, especially nowadays more than ever, women really out here pushing the narrative.
Yeah, they run this shit, to be honest with you.
You know, like, because a lot of men falling along the wayside and they not really standing up on their posts like they should. So the woman really taking that post and really standing up on it. So I feel like you could reach a woman, you could reach the masses, because men do things to get to women. So
exactly,
if you can win the women, you can win the men at some point.
I know I made a post like last week, 2 weeks ago, and I said I don't do this shit so I can get in bitch pants and that. But a lot of shit that I do, like just away from the brand in my personal life, yeah, I do it for the women. Like, yeah, I want bitches to see me. I mean, I want to be seen.
He's such a flattering young man.
I'm sorry, like I gotta keep it a buck. You know what I mean? Like, I got my hair done last, so I've been feeling good. My confidence is at an all-time high.
You feeling groovy?
I'm feeling groovy, bro. So, like, just, like, yeah, like, I dress nice because of women. I like to look good because of women. For sure. You know what I mean? But as far as business and the brand, I want to business. Be able to talk to, I want to be able to learn from them. I want to be able to just expand my reach, you know what I mean? Because I know there's important things with women going on too.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot we can learn from women.
Exactly, a whole lot. So I'm definitely trying to get that audience in. You know what I mean? Because I checked the demographic on my Instagram, and it's a lot of dudes. A lot of dudes.
It's interesting you said that. Mine is completely opposite.
Yes.
It's women. My
personal Instagram is 50-50, but on the Space Network Media, it's a lot of dudes. And I naturally, that's the news I put out is going to cater to our shit. Yeah. So that I'm really trying to learn new things. I'm definitely trying to learn things about myself. Now, I mean, get in touch with my
for sure
softer side, if you will.
Definitely.
You know, I mean, I won't say fan out, just say softer.
For sure.
That's what I'm trying to do. Just trying to expand the brand, trying to grow. I'm definitely trying to get on my legal shit. I'm trying to get copyrights. I'm trying to get trademarks. I'm trying to get all that. I'm just trying to be a real businessman. I want to monetize.
For sure.
I want to expand. I want to meet more people. I want to reach out. That thing you pointed out to me about the school thing, I do see what you're saying. So like it's all about financials thing. I'm not the richest. I'm not the poorest, but I mean, I'm trying to make a way.
There's definitely We gotta take advantage of it. There's definitely grants and Pell grants and things out there for people like ourselves. You know, we may not have all the goods, but there's some good out there still for us to obtain. You know, so they're still around. You just gotta seek it out. So what he's referencing to, because off air, I was telling them like, bro, surround yourself with more like-minded. Go to school, go into journalism so that you get
oh yeah, I'm definitely getting into journalism.
Externships and internships and get involved and be around legitimately like-minded people that are about that. Because you know who I watch a lot? You know who one of my favorite journalism is? Stephen A. Smith.
Yes, yo, that's my big inspiration when it comes to journalism.
I love me some Stephen A. Smith.
I'm on like my freelance type shit right now.
But that's all part of your discovery. You're discovering yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But I love me some Stephen A. Smith. That's my guy right there.
Even though he be
sometimes he can be contradicting and he can be
a little coonish, coonery. I love Stephen A.
Stephen A. That's my boy, and I respect his come up. I respect his craft, how he studies his craft.
Tuna fish and Kool-Aid.
So that's my guy, and listening to him talking about the institutions and the schooling he went through to help navigate him to a big media platform that he's practically carrying on his back.
I don't know if you noticed Matt Barnes and
that's what I'm watching.
That Stephen A. Smith, great episode. I listened to from start to finish. His journey is incredible. He's definitely one of my biggest inspirations when it comes to journalism. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith.
Definitely. Time to tell all, and you just stay devoted to your craft. And even if, just say that's not on your agenda right now, don't mean that later down the line you may not, that you won't not cross it, you know? Because I was big anti-school as well for the longest. It took me some time to soul search and really discover what it is that I want to do. But now that I'm in those atmospheres and I'm in the place to do it, I realize in the field of work that I want to work in that I have to get an education. I have to go through the institutional pipeline. But just because I go through that institutional pipeline, I'm not going to let it deprive me of the knowledge and the experience that I already obtained throughout my little earthly experience. So,
now I'm definitely taking into consideration.
You take some of the school and you take some of what you go and you just put it together.
That's a fact. Want to give out your ads real quick?
Twitter and Instagram, I believe, is the same. It's CalHF_. And then on Facebook, it's Calvin Winder III. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You feel me? Oh, I know that you have an audience and hopefully they still listening. If anybody gets into logo design, art design, anything like that, definitely get up with me because I'm definitely looking for a logo. I'm trying to establish my brand as well, the Highly Favored brand. So if anybody gets into graphic design and, want to show forth your talents and your assets, bring them forth.
I believe I could connect you with a couple of people as well.
And I'm not cheap, I pay. I'm not looking for no bargain.
I mean, his pockets is good.
You feel me? So get up with me, and that's it, really.
Yeah. So, this has been another episode of Space Station Podcast, and we out of here.